All right, so let's look at joins. So I made three data frames. I made a bowler's data frame. It has a bowler ID, a first name, and a team number. I made a scores data frame. It has the bowler ID, score 1 and score 2. And then we have a teams data frame, which has a team ID and a team name. And so if we run this, you can see there are the three data frames printed out. We have the ID, name, and team number, and we have the ID, score 1, score 2, and the two team names. So what we want to do is we want to join these together. If you are familiar with joins in databases or SQL, you will see these are very similar. So we first do an inner join on teams to bowlers, and we join on team ID, but we have to set the index to team because team is not the index value in the bowlers field. And we do the same thing in reverse. We do go from the bowlers table, join the teams, and we set the index on teams to team ID because that's not the index either. And we join to team, which is the column name in bowlers. And you can see how that works. And as you can see, when we go from teams to bowlers, we double the first column, which is the team name. You can see it's team name, Flintstone Fred, Flintstones Wilma, Rebels Barney, Rebels Betty. But when we go from bowlers, we have the bowlers first, so it's Fred, Flintstones, Wilma, Flintstones, Barney, Rebel, Betty, Rebel. Now, if we want to look at left joins, we can look at left joins and right joins, and as you can see, they work similarly. The left join and the right join have the same syntax, except instead of doing inner, we do left, and I can do left and right, but we're going to teams to bowlers and left, and we have bowlers to teams left. We can do teams to bowlers left and team to bowlers right and get the same thing as well. And finally, if you don't know joins, merge is much easier. All you do is merge based on the column names. And when we merge them, we merged bowlers to scores. And because they have a common column name, bowler ID and bowler ID, the merge command is very simple, and it merges it together. As you can see, we have bowler ID, first name, team number, and then the two scores that are associated with it. Because they have a common field name, the merge works really easy. If they don't have a common field name, or they have a common field name, but they have other fields you want to merge, so you can force those merges, you just have to list them on the left and right values. So we have bowlers join teams, but we don't have a common column name, but we have a team ID and team, so we list those in the merge command, and of course it works exactly the same way. So merge is much easier than join. Most people use merge, but join, if you have the SQL or the database background, you might want to be able to do left and right joins, and so sometimes join is better. Merge is always going to do just an inner join. And that's joins.